For crying out loud. What happened there? It didn't even touch it. Unbelievable. What? What happened there? What the heck happened there? I didn't even touch it. What? It turned itself off. That's weird. I've never had that. Now the fucking team. Now the stream started to turn off. Wow. It just went off. Yeah. I didn't even touch it. I wasn't even nowhere near it. It just decided to go off. Wow. Well, that's got to be the first. Obviously didn't want me to stream for more than 8 hours. Don't tell me there's a time limit on it. I've never had that before. Pico. Yeah, now you're streaming for 1 minute. He's got another 7 hours and 59 minutes to go. I've never had that. I've never ever, that I was nowhere near it. It was only just said the stream's gone off. I looked back, I went, yeah, he's right. Stream's cut off. That's outrageous. Literally outrageous. That's got to be a first that literally a stream has turned itself off. Fuck. Absolutely unbearable. Can't even have a bloody stream without it being cut off. It literally just turned itself off. You're right. It literally, I didn't even touch it, and it just decided no. Unbelievable. You know, even the streams are having issues. Even the bloody streams having an issue. So Ace got cut off. Cal's got cut off. Michael got cut off. Mr. Pico, can you put a link in here? If people think I've buggered off, I ain't. I was putting this back together. Another 7 hours and 59 minutes to go. That was great. Alright, that tickled me, made me laugh. Now obviously I've got... Oh, that dog ain't dropped one again, is he? Jesus, he's definitely going to town tonight. That's it. I thought it was. I thought, bloody hell, what's going on there? It's only to Mr. Hotcow's mentioned it. Now I've got to put 4 million screws back in. I've never had that happen ever. That's got to be the world's first stream has turned itself off. I told you I'm jinxed, absolutely jinxed. Something obviously jinxes on that point. I'll put it out in the link. Cheers, bud. Thank you very much. Unbelievable. Yeah, that one's got to be new for me. Never had that before. Mr. Hot Girls, I don't know what I didn't even touch it. I didn't even touch it. It just turned itself off. Literally, I was nowhere near. What? It literally, the controls, right over the back, weren't even touched. It was only till you said stream stopped. And I went, what? I went on it. Yeah, you're right. It did. It just stopped the stream. Didn't give me no explanation why it stopped. That is bizarre. Is it because obviously, does YouTube have a time limit how long you can stream for? Because I've never had that before. You know, like I said, that was a first for me. I've never had it. Does YouTube have a time limit how long you can stream? That's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in my life. I've got to get this back in now. No time limit for live streams. Well, wonder what happened now. I've never. That's got to be a. They always do say there's got to be a first time for everything. Well, it is for me, 100%. That is the most bizarre thing I've ever had on the live stream. That's decided just to say, I want. No, I went. You can actually see I was with my hands. I was turning, so I was nowhere near the controls. It was only till you mentioned it, and I went, what? Mr. Pico said, don't worry, you've only got another 7 hours. Another 7 hours and 59 minutes to go. We get all right. Thanks. Yeah, you're right. Right, she's back. I only took it apart just to show you guys, but obviously. That was bizarre. I've got to admit, that was the most bizarre thing I've ever come across. Never ever. I've never had that. They say there's a first time for everything. Yeah, you're bloody not wrong there. Told you the streams are interesting. Only archives the streams. Oh, right. Only archives the streams up to 12 hours. Right. Oh, oh no. Yeah, I was just catching up with where you left off. That's right, yeah. Before it got disconnected, I was screwing the board back together. Then obviously I had to take it apart, and that's when you, Mr. Hotcow said, you stopped streaming. I went, what? I went on there. Yeah, he's right, 100%. It just stopped. And I didn't blow no caps up or fall off the chair. You really don't know. So, the original problem that this had, before I touched this and opened it all up, someone 3D print, I bought some 3D printed caps of these, and obviously these are for the lugs, because obviously the Commodore 64 has got notorious for the lug issues, right? They're the latches on there. They're supposed to clip in at the back. So these break 100% of all times. Right. So these lugs break, and someone 3D printed them. Now obviously this one's loose, that one's glued, that one's glued, that one's loose. So that wants a little bit of glue. Have I got any glue? I think I have got some glue. I need to get the glue out because the glue's good. The glue does work. Let me find some. I think I've got some super glue, some gel. Yeah, good luck trying to find it though. Oh yeah, beat the devil. I have got some. Got some Loctite power gel. Just don't stick your fingers together, because I know what it's like. Yeah. Glue forever. I don't have to. Bronson glues me up enough anyway. He always glues me up. Now obviously I've got to leave that, let that gel set. You know what? Where's them little tweezers? Tweezers? Anyone? And what I could do is just smear. Smear a little bit inside. Obviously what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get the excess off and then smear it in. Oh god, now I've got indigestion. Fucking great. Let me finger with it. Oh no, I've got it on my finger. Oh great, fucking hell. What a pellet. Now I've got gel on my finger. I can feel it. It goes rock hard. Why does it always stick to skin instantly, but won't stick to plastic instantly? I can never understand that. Science. It's trying to understand science, how it works. Check the Discord. Not the music. I didn't want bloody music. Right. Well, I'll check my server. I fell off the corner of the chair. Remind you of anyone. You thinking, oh no. Thanks, Pico. You're real help. Obviously, I don't need to be reminded. Obviously, it wasn't that extreme. Obviously, it was only a little bit off the chair when I went onto the one side. He looked like he fell backwards. I fell on my side. So, nice try. Now I've got fucking super glue on my hands. The super glue went off quick. Now it's gone. My skin's gone wrinkly. Check your Discord. Falling off the chair. Do you know what? The worst chairs to fall off, right? Is when you go to the beach, when you sit in the deck chairs. Oh mate, they're notorious for clicking back. I'd say they're the worst chairs to worry about. The deck chairs. No, he really means check the. He means check the Discord. Now, the super glue is instantly skimmed because it's an abrupt moisture with the textures providing necessary ways to trap water and rapid chemical bonding. So yeah, I suppose it does make sense. This moisture on your skin with the heat, moisture in the heat will give it a rapid reaction of quickly it can settle. It was invented in the first quick fix in about it was that is true. They did use that. They used super glue during the First World War. Obviously, open wounds, large wounds. That was a quick fix. Hence, they did use the super glue, and I know that because when I went up to the Imperial War Museum, the one in London, and obviously it was behind the. It was just on the other side of the Tower Bridge, and it's behind the thing, and the Imperial War Museum is tucked a little way behind that. They did have that big bloody stupid wheel thing there, but obviously. But yeah, you're right. They did use that. Super glue was also used for. Yeah, they also the reason is that the Teflon, the Longchet and the Goodshot was also invented too. Yeah, it's interesting. Like you said, it was a lot of stuff that they obviously did do, but you're right. They did do. There was a lot of things that was, it led to interventions on that front. I mean, I find it fascinating. I really do. Histories. I've always been interested in history. It's one of my biggest passions. What I really like. I like the Industrial Revolution. Obviously, it's before my time, but I like the way the steam engines work. I like the way to see how these things engage. Obviously, and they're massive. When these are 10-ton, these things. These are. It weighs them steam rallies. When I went to a few steam rallies, one of them weighed as much as a male elephant, about 10 tons. It was astronomical. You wouldn't want it going over your foot, put it that way. And you think, bloody hell. That super glue was the fumes was eating up is because it was in a container. It was refilled with also for fingerprints. Also, yeah, they did. You're right, because that's exactly what super glue does. It puts a thin layer over, and this is how police can do they don't use super glue, but they use powder. They use in forensics. If it was a murder case, the police use this very fine talcum powder. It's more finer than talcum powder. They dust it to get fingerprints. And then they use sellotape, and then they react it. They must use chemicals. Again, it's got to be a chemical reaction. This is how they can get to build up a case to find out if they can't find a murder victim at the end of the day. It's a long process. Yeah, that's set now. Unbelievable. Don't take long, does it? Once that chemical starts bonding. Yeah, they use, but that's right. They do use these super glue fumes by heating up the sealed containers. Yeah, it's exactly what they normally do because obviously there's a chemical that obviously sets it off. Because super glue is, isn't it? It's you ever dropped hot super glue down and it burns. And you think, oh fuck, jeez. You think, oh my god. Yeah, they also use powder, but they have used like this method by heating up the super glue fumes to reveal fingerprints. Wow. which they can use the acid. They normally dust it on. It's like a very fine dust, and then that's how they stick it, and then they can get a fingerprint or footprint if they wanted to. At the end of the day. They were still going on about the bloody because that was based on a true story. They still went on about the Great Train Robbery. Obviously, Ronnie Briggs, obviously one of the great train robbers on that front. Obviously, he's no longer with us. But what I'm saying is, he thought he tried to get away with stealing the Royal Mail, 1 million in bonds. That front, they never did recover. They actually did say they never recovered all of the money that he took. They recovered a big portion of it back, but they never did get everything from what he took. Unbelievable. Because obviously they did do a film on it, didn't they? Obviously it was played by Phil Collins. The Great Train Robbery. Good film though. It is a good film. I like that. That is it. Is she in? She is in. She's good to go. Can't believe that stream just ended. I didn't even touch the bloody stream and it just decided to end itself. Juiced. Oh, it's PCD Repairs. Good evening. I'm just lurking while you're doing your while I was doing paperwork. Did you get your power supply, sir? Obviously, mine's just. I had notification this morning. I did. They said it's now reached. It's in the UK, so now they're processing. The customs are processing it in the UK, so obviously it's going to take another few days before I'll get mine. It's just as well because obviously next week is bloody Christmas Day. Baking powder, graphite dust, example, is one of the favourites to go for fixing things with strong and that. No, tomorrow. Me Dell HP Lenovo converters arriving today, but the PSU's tomorrow. Nice. Are you going to do? Mr. PC? Are you going to be doing a live stream on that? Because I would like to see that. Obviously, I'd be intrigued because you bought the Wi-Fi module. I've not got mine. Obviously, I'll get that after and see how that. Apparently, that Wi-Fi module is only to do with your mobile phone. To operate like the functions wirelessly, and that's what you can do. It's like a Bluetooth module or Wi-Fi module. You put it on the network, something like that, and you can control it that way. Have you used that method? No, I've not known that method. To strong bond is the powder and make it literally instantly go in lengths. I will do a stream unboxing that, but I'm not sure when. I may stream tomorrow morning, but I'll be repairs. Oh, no worries, my friend, no worries. I had a bit of an issue literally about over half hour ago. The stream, I've never had this happen before. The stream decided to stop on its own and just end, full stop, which I didn't even touch. I had my hands tightening, doing the screws up. I weren't nowhere near the keyboard, nothing. which is very, very bizarre. I have so many issues with the OBS. It's crazy since its last update. It's funny you should say that, Mr. PCDD. I have had the exact same issues. I've been getting random glitches there on that front. My OBS software of the Steam Deck, when it froze. Obviously, all of a sudden I was issuing with very laggy. I don't know what they've been doing to it lately. Obviously, I've lowered my bitrate, but I've never had to lower the bitrate. I mean, but that's what was been happening. So yeah, you're not the only one with some issues on there, my friend. I think we've all been. Andy had some problems. Yeah, it's not bad. Definitely not going to do the latest OBS update then. Well, we have all been issuing issues. No. I'd rather wait for them to be updated before they put them out. I wish they did. I totally agree. It sounds like Windows. Windows is a prime example for that. The latest update, the 25H2, caused nothing, but it caused issues with multiple folders. It was duplicating stuff. I never experienced that. If anything, I got a little bit of a frame rate. I got a little bit of a better frame rate with the latest update. They obviously, but I always debloat anyway. I don't have Windows. I use Chris Titus tool and debloat, take most of the crap off what I don't need. Obviously, it just, all you're doing, it just bottlenecks. It just literally bottlenecks into everything else. So you're better off taking half of it off without try not to break Windows in the process. It's easier said than done. Yeah, did you ever, yes, I did look at that offset camera. Right, there's two versions of that offset camera. You've got the light and obviously the offset number 2, right, on the between, because the light is it's like an alternative to 2, but when I looked at them side by side, there's a price difference. The light is roughly around about 130 to 150. The opposite 2, literally you're looking at 200 used, not new, on that front. But they did show you side by side, and because the one's the true 4K, you could see the difference in the 4K one. I have the 4K one for overhead, so yeah, and then the tiny for the face. Yeah, I mean at the end of the day, exactly. I mean there's nothing really wrong with me Logitech, because really. You know, the main issue that I have, I want to get the true 4K one with, you know, the automatic zoom. So I probably would go down to the 4K route, but they're about 200 used, give or take. They're about that. They're you know, used, but it depends. Obviously, I'll carry on looking. I'm not going to do it to this after Christmas, because I've still got to pay that. I've got to pay all the duty taxes yet, and they're going to hit me. Like mine's going to be a little bit more than yours on that front. Where you've had to cough up 60, mine's going to be roughly around about, on the top of my head, it's going to be roughly around about 73, 74, because I had to pay £20 more than what you did, because you got yours for 140 plus with that, so mine would top that. Sounds about right. So I've got to make sure I've got enough in my account to pay for that, which I have. I've got enough to pay for it, but I will sell my Rockseed. So the money that I'll get back off that, once I sell it, will pay for the import duties and taxes. So it keeps the cost down, because there's no point having 2 power supplies, because they're still worth something, them little Rockseeds. They are pretty good. Obviously this one being much more powerful. It's a 1440 watt power supply. It's a buck. They use buck converters on them. So obviously it gives it the big. Yeah, I thought it was around about 33% tariffs. Well, obviously, it's 20% plus there's an handling fee on top, which Mr. PC did show me. He showed us proof that how much he had to pay. So it gives me a rough ballpark. Yeah, 20% and there's 20% VAT. So yeah, he's right. So as I already knew that it was going to be the case. It's just that I didn't see. The one thing that we both didn't see was that there was going to be a handling fee, and I think you're right. I think that's a disgusting to charge a handling fee when you're already paying the government 20% on top of what you've paid. So there was tax, and then they sort of like taxing you again. It's like a form of it. So they're not actually happy to get the 20% out of you. They have now got to grab another, 12 or £15 on that. So it's the total's like 50%. It sounds about right, depending. Remember, the ones that Mr. PC did and the one I picked out, exactly the same one, the price on that now is now gone up to £220. £220. If you had to buy the same one on eBay, they're £280. They're 276 without the cost of the postage. So you're looking roughly around about that. So we still got a good deal, regardless to what we paid. All right, we've been stung, but I expected that. But we still got a good deal. We haven't paid that full price of. If we had to pay, if you pay 230 now or 220, yeah, I paid 62 on 140. Yeah, so you paid 62. So mine will be roughly around about that. So yeah, so give or take, we still got a good deal for what you've coughed up at the end. But then the way I look at it, if you sell your power supply once you've got your new one, take the price off what that power supply, what it was, take it off your imports and your handling fees, then that keeps the cost down. So really, because there's no point having two power supplies. So that's the way I look at it. I mean, I only want the one power supply. There'd be no good having two power benches. This one, the one we're getting, is 3 times as much power, 30 amps, and obviously on that, yeah, that's £230. So we definitely still got a good. I totally agree. Yeah, because I checked up exactly the same one. That's a 1440 watt power supply on that, which that's the most powerful one they do. Even that was coming up at £270. So even regardless to what I pay, we still got a good deal, which we have. I can't moan at it. So yeah, but I will do that. I'm gonna resell my Rockseed one, because they're worth about 100. When I bought that, I paid about 120, 130. So I would get at least £70 back on that. That pays them, the way I look at it, that pays them all for me duty taxes. So it keeps my cost down. What one did you get? We got this one here. Let me show you. Account. Shipped. We managed to get this one. So, which was the. Let me punch it in, because I can type it into the Discord. Not Discord, I'll punch it in on there and you can have a look. Gangers. If I know. That's it, the RD6030. Thank you, my friend, you've done it for me. That's it. That's the one we managed to get. It's the powerfulest one they do. There is other versions. They do a 1,000 watt one. This one's the most powerful they do. It really gives. It uses buck converter technology, so it uses a buck to give it the kick it needs. Well, they all use buck converters in most of these anyway, because that's what our power supplies work. It's like this one's just much bigger. It's more powerful, so it gives it more of a kick on that front. What it needs. They're good power supplies. But I did check up the review. They're really good. I didn't get a bad review on it. That's it. 60 volts, 30 amps. Most of the voltages, right, most of the voltages on there can only handle, we'll get Frankenstein out of bed. That'll wake him up. Fucking hell. You think most of these power supplies you spend about 100 quid on, about 150, about 100 to 150. You might actually get it up to about 15 to 20 amps, right? This one gives it all the way up to 30, and that does make a difference. Because now that 30 amps, you're now going into the territory of, now it's a lorry battery. Battery ampage on that is roughly around about 30 amps. So you're going into that sort of, you're moving up that territory, and that will give it a kick. That is obviously why you need them buck converters to give it that kick it needs to get the voltage up. It's powerful, and also it's got, yeah, that's the 1800 watt ones. It comes with that. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's it. But it still advertised it too. Yeah. It also's got, for what I've read up on it, because I've been doing a bit of reading on it. It's also got battery charge technology, so you can, and it's got overcharge. So basically, it looks like if you're charging something car, it'll reach to that peak and shut itself off. It's got overload protection, so it will stop it from cooking itself, and it won't allow it to keep continuing. It's actually quite clever. It's a night and day difference compared to what I've got on most of the market, so it's a good choice to actually upgrade. So I'm glad I did get it. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. It also cuts out the current. That's it. That's what I read. That's it. Comes with a PC software, a USB Type C on that front. That's what I said. I read the reviews. But that's why I looked into it and I went, oh, that does look a good one. So obviously we've got to understand it yet. It's like understanding OBS. It's trying to understand your software. You're thinking, for crying out loud. But it is a good system. For what you've paid and what I paid, we still got a good deal regardless. Corn dogs. I'm trying to look for another screw for the bloody Commodore. I don't know. All these bloody pops of screws in here. So yeah, it's going to be, it's actually going to be quite good. Right, need to go and sort some paperwork down to that. Good luck. Thank you, Mr. PC. Enjoy your evening, my friend. Thank you. Good luck. Very busy person. That's the only thing when you're trying to run a business. You never stop working. I know the feeling. Let's see if this one will do it. Oh, great. That was clever, wasn't it? Fucking, that lot nearly went all over the floor. Fucking hell. Hello there. I like NK's one when he said, didn't he? Hello there. It looks like that's done it. Yes. How's that sorted that out? Yay. And I fixed it. So look, none of the back's coming off, right? None of the middle's coming off. And it's all put back. Yay, she's fixed. Thank God for that. So not only did I like the sauce like a screw, but they never sit right, do they? I mean, look, this is how bad, right? When I say the word bad, look how bad these Commodores sit. Right, and I'm not kidding. We've got, it's offset by here, which you can see like a lip, right? This is how badly these are produced, because these are mass produced. You go this side, right? This side's perfect. He don't see. So you see it's dead straight. What the fuck is going on with that? Literally, what's going on? So it's not, there's no lip. But this side's got a lip on that front. That's how bad they've made these Commodores. They come out of the factory like that. Unbelievable. Cleaned all the terminals up on that thing. I never used the RF shield because I always used the video on that side. But and again, I've got my reset mod. But she's done. She's put back together. I can give her a clean though, so that's one good aspect. Bit dry. Never understand Commodores. Never. They are really weird. Alright, where's the vinegar? Oh, it's down here. You know, look, take some crap off that. Wow. That's really surprising. Boxing just eats anything. Absolutely rigged for vinegar. Wow. Letting some crack come off that. That's unreal. Vinegar. That's the one. They're still letting bloody fireworks off round here. Do you believe that? What's wrong with people? Seriously? Wow. You know, that is unbelievable. I can't get over how bad this is offset. The plastic's warped that much over time. It wasn't the greatest when they sold them. Obviously. But that's some serious overlapping. That's obviously how they've manufactured it. That front. But she's all put back anyway. And she's a lot cleaner. And at least I've fixed her. So I've put all the screws back in. And sorted that back issue out on there. Because this one was all loose. Which I wasn't happy about. So it's pulled that all into play. So I can leave that now. $9.46. Well, guys, I am going to leave it there. I don't know what happened to the stream. I really don't. That wasn't done by me. Obviously, Mr. PC's obviously been having some issues with OBS. No surprise, because I have and all. At the end of the day, absolutely been giving one. It's been keeping people a lot of headaches. I don't know what they're playing at the end of it. So I am going to end the stream here. Thank you for all lurking up front, and I will catch you guys again, depending who will be streaming. I'll be joining on there. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Mr. Hot Cows. About that. Thank you, Pico. We've got 5 people in the chat. If Mr. PC's in, thank you very much, my friend. Enjoy your day, and we'll catch you all tomorrow. And enjoy the rest of your evening. I ain't gonna get ready for bed. Because I've got to go out tomorrow. She wants to go shopping again, so oh god, I'll be glad when Christmas is over. Get it over with. That's it. That's her upstairs. Thanks all, and I'll catch you again very soon. Catch you later.